let's go. Hey guys, how are y'all today? I'm going to start this off with a little musical. Let me just have a moment to share this, and we'll be good to go. Boom, there we go. And then Discord, because I can't help it. Hello, Potato. I wanted to do more fusion stuff today. Hi, Cat. So what fusion should we do today? We've already done Glacier. Well, I can't really say much. As Kat will tell you, I ended up staying up until 4, 5, late. The answer is late. Because again, do as I say, not as I do. I don't really have a fusion in mind. We did Glacier the other day, so Glacier is not a thing. Oppo? Right, we're going to do Oppo. He had it coming, he had it coming, he had himself to blame. If you'd have been there, if you'd have seen it, I bet you would have done the same. Mel's favorite ship is definitely Glacier. I've gotten her a little bit on the lava train, but Glacier is her big thing. As far as favorite ninja, I'd say Cole, maybe? The two kind of blend together in my mind when it comes to Mel, you know? A flower in its prime, use it, and he abused it. It was a murder, but not a crime. If you'd have been there, if you'd have heard it, bet you would have done the same. Throwback to that time during DC whenever I low-key snapped and had a mild obsession to this song. Definitely didn't draw a series of the ninja. That was just the only reason that there wasn't lingerie involved was because I was, and still am, shy about that kind of thing. And, you know, these are Legos. Yeah, I think that's kind of starting to get into uncomfortable territory. I had an acquaintance last year that came to me all sorts of excited talking about people shipping me with someone, and I don't like that. I really find myself uncomfortable with that type of situation, even if it's just joking. I actually just had a conversation with a good friend of mine about how I'm not really looking for that right now. I've got too much going on in life to really think about that, and I've never really felt those kinds of feelings for anyone. Not to mention the fact that, like, it's one thing to be a fan of a cartoon ship, but it's a whole nother thing to be like, I think you should, be romantically involved with this person, and there not being any type of involvement there. That's kind of uncomfortable for me. I'm sure you don't mean it in any sort of disrespectful way. I'm not saying you mean it in any sort of disrespectful way. I'm just saying that's getting into some really uncomfortable territory that I'd like to avoid. And unfortunately, it's being brought up, like, again, right after I had a really stressful week dealing with the topic. And yeah, no, I have no doubt that it's not meant in any sort of creepy or unfortunate way, but just it unfortunately falls into that category for me. Yeah. It's alright, really. I know it's not meant in any sort of malicious or disrespectful way. It's one of those things, that you're just like, I'd rather not get into that territory, I'm only 21, and I've been very upfront that, like, my teen years were not great. So I'm not very mature in that realm. Yet somehow I do shippy things. Don't really know. But yeah, no, you're totally fine. It's not really something that I really enjoy, as like a related thing. But her eyes saved his life in the middle of summer. I do really enjoy Megamind. Megamind is a really fun movie. I actually, like, there's a lot of reasons that I like it, not just, it really does do a great job of playing with superhero and supervillain tropes and playing with, the nice guy stuff and everything. But, like, even aside from that, like, a movie that uses all these super fun rock songs and just does it so well, like presentation. Like, hell yeah, that is what makes a good supervillain. You are so right. And just like, I'm sure there are people out there that have definitely made, serious literary analyses of Megamind. I know if I were like an actual film studies major, so sad that I'm not getting to be because my school only brought it back whenever I'm graduating. If I were a real film studies major, you know, if I got to do that, I definitely would be looking at Megamind for bits of storytelling and all of that. And honestly, like, a little bit too character design. Like, the character design in that movie is fun. I don't think it was necessarily before, like, nice guys became a thing. I think it was more along the lines of, like, Megamind recognized that because of various presentations in other media, nice guys have this image about them, and it turned into instead of, oh yeah, no, he's a nice guy, it turned into, oh, that's a nice guy. And just recognize that distinction, really, before it became, I don't want to say overdone. I don't think it's overdone. But recognize that distinction before it turned into something misunderstood or misused, we'll say. It really is just a gem of a movie. It depends on me for musicals. One, I have to like the story, that's a given. But the other part is I have to like the music, too. Like, that's equally as important to me. You know, it's one thing to have, like, a fun musical or whatever, and be like, oh yeah, no, it's a great story, and just not be as big of a fan of the music. But for me, if I'm gonna like a musical, half the point of that is that it's a story being told through music. So, like, if I don't like the music, I probably don't like the movie. That being said, there are musicals that, like, I know I like. I definitely like, what's it called? Sweeney Todd. Sweeney Todd's such a fun musical. I like American Idiot's music. I've never gotten to actually watch the show. Yeah, I won't be doing any type of Megamind AU. Not really my thing, if that makes sense. Why do I keep drawing the head so big? I don't But anyway, like, whenever it comes to musicals, I definitely have to, like the music and like the story at the same time, which means that I'm picky as shit about my musicals, and it's really hard to get me to watch a musical. Will not lie to you. I watched The Greatest Showman only because my roommate at the time, total theater nerd, was a theater major for our first year, wanted to go and watch it really badly after we got back from break. So I went and watched it with her. Ended up absolutely loving the music and loving the effects. You know, the story is very, the story is very straightforward. It's very, what's it called? Formulaic, maybe is the word? But it does it in a fun way, and so it's worth it. And that's my name. sure does. I swear the hardest part about doing these fusions is doing outfit designs using base outfits I haven't actually drawn yet. Whoa, it's Saturday night. I'm glad y'all like the fusions. This is the first time that like I'm really putting thought into doing fusions. Like I've joked around with the concept and I've drawn like facial fusions before because, you know, that's the easiest way to do things. But this is the first time that like I'm really putting solid thought into, you know, let's get a little bit more personality into these drawings. Let's get a little bit more of who these characters are. I do know the movie 9. My best friend asked me to watch that many, many years ago, and I absolutely love it. It's been a few years since I've watched it. Whenever I watched it, I was back in high school, but I definitely loved it. I remember really enjoying the darker palette of it all, the darker tones, being surprised with the movie. But overall, it was a really fun movie, and I definitely enjoyed it. Definitely would watch it again. I don't know if it's still on Netflix. At one point, it was. Swear to God. Oh? What was that, Rifted? Totally misjudged where that goes. Not my fault, I'm a maniac, it's not funny anymore, it's not. My heart is like a stallion, they love it more when it's broken, and do you wanna? Oh yes, I do remember that actually. Man, whenever I saw that, I actually really was having like a day whenever Rifted posted that. And it was just like, hello projection, my old friend. And I just kind of poured all of what I was feeling into that fic. You know, which tends to be a pretty nice outlet for me, is putting stuff into Fix. But it does end up in some darker things. My bad. Yeah, that actually was, Grimm, I think, started that off. Grimm, and then Jay and I kind of ran with it. I'm outside the door, invite me in, so we can go back and play pretend. Oh, I don't hate that hand. We'll keep it. We can stay young forever. Yeah, sorry, Mel. It is very much last minute. I'm great at planning. So great at planning. Yesterday, I was late by like 15 minutes because I got caught up with the chickens. Today, I was like, 6:30. Stream at 7, yay! This is the road to ruin, and I'm starting at the end. I'll never let you see. Keep a cage, but I can't control it. So stay away from me. The beast is ugly. You're a rage, and I just can't hold it. Running on the walls, and my body in the halls. You can't control it. Oh, the chickens are fine. Hey kept pecking at my feet today because she wants to fight. I don't know which Hey it was pecking at my feet, but one of them was pecking at my feet. And it was the same one. It was the same one. I can't really tell the difference between the two. Like, we don't have them labeled like Hey 1 and Hey 2. And, but yeah, it was definitely the same fucking Hey that kept pecking at my feet. Come and save me from this naked end. See, the only trouble I have with Skillet is I can't reach the low gravelly notes that the main singer can. I can only reach, like, the higher notes that the higher pitched singer can. And so it winds up being a bit of a pain in the butt to try and sing along to them. And I find myself not liking the way this guy's clothes are laying. So we're going to change that up a little bit. We're going to look at the Glacier Fusion, make sure that I'm not taking too much off of him. We'll start up here at this face anyway. Also, I think I definitely sunburned my legs because it's a nice day out today. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to go out and I'm going to write that thing for Kat outside. And promptly, I think, sunburned my legs because I spent, 5 hours outside. Hello. here's the great thing about being part Mexican. Especially my dad's skin being how it is, I burn at the beginning of the season, and then I tan for the rest of it. And I did have on sunscreen today, so the damage is minimal. Hopefully it just means that I've gotten in my yearly burn, and it's just going to be smooth sailing from here on out. Oh yeah, I've got plenty of lotion. We have aloe, and honestly, I'm very lucky. My skin doesn't really react super bad to sunburns, and I've had bad sunburns before. Whenever I was 8, I actually got the kind of sunburn that like causes a bubble on your shoulder, which sucked super bad because, you know, I was 8. And I played outdoor tennis for the entirety of high school. Hold on, guys, 1 second. No, you go. Híjole. Sorry, Dad's doing DIY stuff in the backyard again. Taking different roads. You know what? The opposite fusion is just going to be what everyone thought Kai's personality would be as his avatar in season 12. That's what he's going to be. See, I used to get burned a lot worse whenever I was younger, but once I started doing tennis and just being out in the sun, you know, for a minimum of 3 hours a day, that really is kind of like a, you best figure it out, girl, or else your life's gonna get real painful real quick. I think that looks like a pretty good fusion of Zane and Kai. What do y'all think? Now to figure out the clothes that I haven't decided on. See, that's the problem, Kat. I used sunscreen today. I just didn't use enough of it. And I, sat outside for 6 hours. 5 or 6, I forget. That's not important. Playing the video, I can't hear a sound on the radio. In stereo, in the static age. Maybe, we'll see. Honestly, I don't like pink as a color. I'm gonna get yelled at. I don't like pink as a color. And I also feel that, like I said, there are fusion AUs out there already. And just combining the colors, making Kai and Jay's fusion purple, making Zane and Cole's fusion gray, like, those are things that are already out there. And the last thing I want to do is start doing something and then cause some sort of frustration or something over it. You know? See a thing in the video, I can't hear a sound on the radio. See, the hard part is that, like, I could look at clothing references or whatever, but I haven't nailed down a clothing design for, like, the original Ninja, which is where these, fusion, clothing options are coming from. So I don't really have a source yet, but I'm doing my best. Nice. That's some good differentiation. All I wanna know is a goddamn ray. Alright, here we go. What's up? Let's go ahead and pause that. Oh my god. Pebbles, why? If you're both gonna be in here, you need to go lay down. Go. Go lay down. Go to bed. Go. Go. Go lay down. Just go to the couch. Vente para acá. Go. Hello. Now, you guys asked to come in here. If you're going to be in here, you're going to go lay down. Go. Wrinkles, I swear to God.
What was that?
Oh, I'm fighting with the dogs, trying to tell them to go lay down. Because if they don't want to be in here, then I'm going to kick them back out into the backyard. Come on, go. Go. Sleep, baby Jesus.
Oh, this guy's got size.
Yes, Mel's joining us.
Yes, I am.
So we're always super freaking excited to see Mel on the stream. I'm having to completely...
Seen. Heard but not seen.
Yes, this is Mel. I'm my partner in crime and the reason I get people yelling at me about various AUs at 3 a.m.
Because I help you come up with them.
Well, yes, and perfect them. Let's be real.
Just come up with ideas.
Right, but like, who else am I gonna, come and yell at 2 a.m. because I watched Pirates of the Caribbean and now I've got an idea?
The person that yelled at you about a movie being way too existential about cats.
You've got a point. Yes, Mel is the person who, she is the author of EOTU. I'm the illustrator. She is co-conspirator on pretty much 99% of the AUs that I do. And all around the number one person that I come and bug about my stuff.
Or do we edit each other?
I think it's definitely very much a give and take type of thing, I show up and I'm like, hey, how does this idea sound to you? And you're like, that sounds fantastic. How does this idea sound to you? And, vice versa.
Oh, potato jar mask. Last night I was up late watching this emotional roller coaster of a movie. And I called, hold on, let me read the name again. The Life of Gudori Gusuko. Gusuko. I'm probably mispronouncing that. And...
Oh, you're still mad about that, aren't you?
Well, to be fair, I watched it like 18 hours ago.
Right.
If I'm still mad about Megalobox, I'm still mad about this.
No, y'all, it was fantastic. It was fantastic because, like, 2:00 in the morning rolls around, and I text her because I'm making bad decisions. I found 120,000 word fic at like 1:30 in the morning, and I'm messaging her being like, "Hey, I'm finna make some bad decisions," and she goes, "This fucking cat movie."
I had already made some bad decisions.
It was hilarious because I'm like, gonna get my friend to yell at me. And it turns out she was like, no, bitch, same hat. It's just now I'm pissed. Like, is that not what happened?
Yeah, no, it was a night. It was a night. And here I am, just browsing this streaming service I bought, and it's just like, oh, this cat movie has cute character designs. I've heard of Galaxy Express 999. What could this be about? Mistake.
It turns out the answer was pain.
Turns out the answer was nihilism.
Oh boy!
It felt like such a slow burn, too.
Oh yeah, I remember. You were
That boy's life.
That was so much fun. I gotta admit, like, watching that happen, being like, oh boy, she gonna go off at somebody. That was fun.
Hey, I was up at a solid 9:30. So
Why?
I got like 7 hours of sleep.
I got hours.
And she got 5 hours?
Yeah. I was up really late. I did get...
4. I was gone 2 hours before that.
Yeah, I was definitely up past 4.
Was it 5?
Yes.
My God.
So, get up at 9:30, 10-ish.
We're up at the same time as me?
Maybe. I like to lay in bed and cuddle with my dog, so, I don't really know what time it was. Oh, honey, me too. I don't really have a number. Y'all can't judge me for this. Only God can judge me.
Legit though, Rita.
Yeah.
Please watch tomorrow.
Oh yeah, I totally will at work. It might help if you send a reminder, not gonna lie, but I will watch it. Yes, that is something that will happen. Totally not blatantly changing the subject to avoid the people glaring at me for not sleeping.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do for you.
Thanks.
You see, here's the thing, Kat. We are 21.
Yeah, I'm a whole ass adult.
We legal adults. The only thing that we can't do now is rent cars. So...
Yeah, we can't rent cars and we can't run for president, but by God, we can do whatever the hell else we want.
I guess we can't run for Senate or Congress either then.
Okay, let's be real. Who wants to run for Senate or Congress these days?
Well, if you get in for Senate, as long as you're there for 6 years, like, you're set for life. So, like, you can do whatever, as long as you don't do anything illegal. You serve your 6 years, you're fine.
You know, that's actually a pretty solid plan. I need to float that by somebody. I think I'd be an excellent senator. Just be like that one gif of what's his face in the sombrero. Just be like, I'll allow it.
Make your own campaign ads and logos.
Yeah, no, they'd be the snazziest damn logos you've ever seen. Oh, I forgot all the little details. It wasn't like intentionally staying up at 5. It just kind of happened. Like, first off, don't none of y'all pretend that none of y'all have ever, found a really good fic at 1 a.m. Okay, we've all been there.
Yeah, but I don't think I've ever stayed up till 5 unless I was doing a paper.
No. I needed to find out what happened next. Okay, I needed to make sure Echo was okay.
Is that who you're drawing right now?
No, this is a Kai Zane fusion. Although...
Oh, because I was like, this looks like Kai, but, like, the hair is throwing me off.
Good. I want it to look like both of them and it to be kind of like a, who are you?
He's using size, though. Nice.
Right, I wanted something, handheld or whatever, but also kind of have more of that blade shape. So yeah, size is what came to mind.
Wouldn't... Ooh, this just gave me an idea for what me and Kai's fusion could be, if you ever do a sibling fusion.
One of these days. I want to get, like, the fusions of the OG4 done at least, because that at least is going to feel like, I got a set done,
Yeah, I gotcha.
But, hopefully, I will expand it to include more of them. That would be pretty dang nifty.
Fusions are just fun.
See, whenever I was in high school, I would stay up till 5 on a regular basis because I was a ball of anxiety and social awkwardness. I don't recommend doing that on a regular basis. You end up being really cranky and not liking anybody. Which I know sounds super fun. It's not. It's really not. But I don't stay up till 5 a.m. on a regular basis anymore. Unless, of course, I find a really good fic at 1 a.m. that's 120,000 words long. I was having to recover emotionally. It'd been a long day. Was that a disappointed sigh?
I have to read the news.
My deepest condolences. I'm living in blissful ignorance. Although, rumor is, they're going to try and reopen Texas by the end of the month. So, if my voice gets all sorts of gravelly and I cough a lot on streams, we will all know why.
I just see a bunch of banks getting sued.
Oh, what happened this time?
So what Wells Fargo and a bunch of other, and I think Bank of America was doing as well,
It's on biscuit.
was people were taking stimulus checks that were supposed to be directly deposited,
Right.
and just immediately using them to pay off bank debts.
Jesus Christ. So, like, they were using them to pay, like, overdraft fees and stuff like that?
And then they got a lot of flack, and then, oh wait, no, this Wells Fargo thing is different.
Oh, shit.
Unfair action against the small businesses. Ooh.
Oh, snap. My dad actually managed to get one of those before they ran out, which is really good because they've got people on payroll.
They ran out like immediately, and then it was the usual like, hey, we need to extend this, and then people were like, but you need to do these other things too.
Yeah, nobody can agree on what needs to be done.
Then there's also the thing that's like, I need to stop talking about the news. But yeah, it's just bad.
See, we're real adults. We talk about taxes.
Taxes. We talk about Congress. We
talk about how, like, the government don't know what it's doing. That's how you know we're real adults.
Talk about how Congress isn't even in D.C. right now.
You know, I still stand by the idea that if you're going to pass laws on, like, how much food stamps or help of any kind somebody gets a month, you should be required to live on that for a month and only that. I think it would give people some perspective, you know? I appreciate the table flipping emoji. It's something that I've used very often in my life. It's something that I use anytime I draw on the wrong layer, which thank God I'm not doing that right now because that would suck. God, it would suck so bad. I would just be like, God damn it. Because I speak from experience there. Drawing on the wrong layer is a pain in the ass. So how's your day been? I spent my day being harassed by chickens while trying to get some sun.
Spent my day laying in bed, then going out for a 2-hour walk.
Ooh, that sounds delightful.
Then by the time I got back, my calves were killing me, and I laid in bed for another couple hours.
Oof.
Look, I walked more today than I have in the past, I want to say week and a half, 2 weeks.
Oh, dang.
Because the weather has been crappy, so I couldn't go outside.
Right.
And my apartment doesn't exactly have an elliptical or a running machine.
Right.
And I'm not like my roommate who is good at yoga.
No, I can't do yoga. Screw that.
I can't do the warrior, though.
Oh?
I'll pretend I can do that.
I don't know what color to draw for your hair. Son of a bitch. I feel like for this fusion, I just made Zane take a frickin' desaturation switch to Kai. Like just, and this color gets desaturated, and this color gets desaturated.
Ooh, okay, now that I've read more of this article, I know what they were doing.
Ooh, what they do? What they do? Hidden.
Certain applications and prioritizing the applications that would make the bank the most money.
Oh shit, no way. Say that again, because you cut out at the beginning.
So, Wells Fargo concealed from the public that it was reshuffling the PPP applications it received and prioritizing the applications that would make the bank the most money.
No way. Oh, that's some bullshit.
That's just part of it, too.
That's not the whole thing. That's not the whole thing.
It was supposed to be the government said it was supposed to be a first come, first serve thing, but that's not what it was at all.
Right.
Here's the reason why they were prioritizing businesses seeking large loans. That way they would receive millions of dollars in processing fees.
Jesus Christ.
You know, bureaucracy sucks.
Yeah, this is why I don't like people.
I don't like big banks.
Yeah, fuck them too. I'm not a people person.
Right, what's a fun what's a Ninjago-y topic to talk about? That way we stay off of this.
Do we want to try doing a story for fusions?
Depends. Is this a Gem AU or is this just fusions?
Honestly, I kind of want to follow Saline Coalescent's whole just fuck it, they confuse thing. The only thing
that's... So just give them the Dragon Ball Z fusion dance.
I mean, I admit it would be really fun to kind of, take bits and pieces from Steven Universe and just be like, everyone gets their own version of dance that they use at first, and then just,
Or they fuse with Spinjitzu.
See, this is why I come to you for these things. Like, just, there's a solution right fucking there. Like, see, there it is. There you have it, folks. This is why I run my shit by her. Ooh, I'm starting to get angsty vibes for this fusion. So hear me out. This fusion, I'm giving red eyes because I can. Imagine if that turns into a problem dealing with the public.
What'd you say? I'm sorry. I was hiccuping and burping at the same time.
I said I'm giving this fusion red eyes because, it's Kai and it's a Ninjroid. What if that turns into a problem?
I went to Great Devourer people and Onis.
But no, that's my thing. What if this turns into a problem for trying to deal with the general public? Like, oh shit, you've got red eyes. Fuck you. Yeah.
Iricism.
Now, the other thing is, if I don't want to do... If I don't want to just combine pink or red and white to make pink for him, what colors should he be?
About? The pink ninja is Zane, dude.
I totally get that. But like with Cole and Zane, it was this cool like gold-plated steel and iron chrome look, with blacks and grays and whites and a little bit of gold. Now I'm trying to think of color scheme for this guy. And let's be real, a Zane fusion and a Kai fusion is going to be one of the most like out there characters. Like, I don't care what y'all say, Zane's got an attitude. He does. And Kai just, speaks. Yeah. Honestly, he doesn't think before he speaks. That's part of his charm. Hold on. I want to get me a little snack. So, like, I go to Lubbock, which is the big city near me, once a week to go to work. And so I keep getting sent to Costco on my way home from work every week to pick up groceries. Because, I have too many siblings, so we shop at Costco. And my last time there, I picked up, like, this gigantic box of little individually packaged Madeline pastry things. It's so effing delicious. Here's the thing. I really like the chocolate dip. Oh my god, I just had the best idea ever. So, you know how like they have chocolate dipped ones at Starbucks that are effing delicious?
Yes.
We have a stash of Hershey bars. And I have a microwave. and that is definitely something I will be doing later tonight.
Job, girl.
Woo! Now on to this fusion. What colors am I going to give you? I could be real awful and just, put an icy hot pattern over.
Who gives... Okay. Tell me whether or not this is normal. Do any of your professors give you 16 minutes to do a 13-question multiple-choice quiz?
I mean, I've heard of 15 minutes. I've heard of 30 minutes. And it depends on the professor and the content, but 16 minutes is such a weird number.
It's like you get barely a minute per question.
I have to remember that,
my lot in life.
So, fun fact about me, I read shit stupid fast, and I keep forgetting the rest of the world does not work like that.
I wish I worked like that.
So I'm sitting here and I'm like, yeah, no, that's gosh, that's more than a minute per question. That's pretty nice, Be done with that here in about 2 minutes. And you're like, that's not a lot of time. And I have to remind myself that, hey, you're weird.
I mean, if you're ready for the test, then it's fine, but, if you're not.
Oh yeah, if you're not ready, you're low-key kind of screwed on that point. I have found a color scheme.
Ooh, I see.
So we're just gonna come in, we're gonna block
Where's
that.
the blue gonna go?
No, I'm blocking off the invert selection so we can come in and we can grab a big ass eraser. Just say fuck all that. He is going to look like a red desert section in Minecraft, and he's gonna be happy about it. Do I want that or do I want gray to be the
3
biggest
minutes
part?
for the 160 questions?
No shit.
Jeez.
Oh yeah, the AP Psych. Ugh. AP teachers.
AP Psych test go?
AP Psych teachers. Honestly, AP teachers who actually take their job seriously and want more students to pass. You have to be really careful with them because some are really good teachers. There's a reason they're teaching AP, and it's because they are fantastic teachers that were meant to teach. But then you got others that are they got put in this position because they've been at the school the longest, or they got tenure or some shit. And so they think because it's AP, they have to actively try and make every student fail the course. Otherwise, they won't be prepared, unquote. And just, you gotta watch out for those.
Remember my European history teacher was mad or felt bad because he was teaching us like the next year they were going to change the format of the tests and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And so he felt bad that he couldn't be teaching us that.
Oh, yeah.
Then after I took that class, I felt bad because I realized I screwed myself over.
Oh, that sucks. How'd you screw yourself over?
Well, I screwed myself over in part because I didn't pass the AP test. I passed the class. Fine. not the AP.
If
But
it makes
no, the
you
part
feel
that screwed
better.
me over was that I decided to take AP Gov after that class instead of normal Gov.
Oh, shit.
Normal Gov. And that year, it was only for 2 trimesters, and then normal econ is for 1 trimester. So, I could have actually graduated high school in 3 years.
God damn it, Mel.
Yeah. But if I did that, then I wouldn't have gotten my Kirkwood credits, which were free college that I actually earned.
Plus, now we get to graduate at the same time. So, win-win.
Win-win. Although I guess I would have probably just gone to college a year early.
Yeah, but you're also graduating a year early, aren't you?
I know, but yeah, so I wouldn't be graduating a year early. I would have been here for 4 full years instead.
Oh.
Not 3 in 2 weeks.
See, that's the thing that gets me. Did I tell you when my summer course is actually going to be? July. It's in the second summer semester.
I do remember that now. Because I was telling you how mine was supposed to be in May, and then I checked it, and no, it was in June.
Hey, at least it got pushed back a little bit. Like, you get to kind of breathe.
Oh, man, I don't want to breathe. I want to get this over with.
I totally get that, but at the same time, like, I'm losing my mind right now. I finally figured out how to make the map work on my video game, and now I gotta design a, social media post for a fictional event. Like, I don't want to be doing that. I just want to make my game, but no! I have projects and shit. That really sucks, Rifted. Texas is awful. No, Texas is not awful. But my schools were not the best at teaching secondary languages at all. But, I can only imagine if they'd have looked at me and been like, you can't reach this level in Spanish, so therefore you don't get to move on to the next part of school. Excuse you, I may not know how to say the thing, but I know what the thing is, and I can do math better than you. Let me go. Ugh. In a world full of various translators and dictionaries, it's rather frustrating to see people get so hung up on a student's grasp of a specific language.
That blows.
Yeah, we can leave school behind. Let's fuck school. Don't fuck school. It's a bad idea. But yeah, fusion. Ooh, you want to talk about Pirates of the Caribbean AU? Let's talk about that.
Oh, right. People were curious about this. Woo is a pirate nobody saw coming.
Yeah, have any of y'all... I know some of you guys have been tuning into this pretty regularly. But how many of y'all have actually seen the picture of Woo? And see, it takes a minute. Darn lag.
I think they want the story of the fusion instead. Do you even have that yet?
No, but I can bullshit with the best stuff.
Is this just a new power for a fan season, or is this a straight up AU?
I don't know. I would say go with straight up AU. Maybe this is I don't know. Maybe instead of there being multiple elemental masters out there, all the ones that we met in Tournament of Elements, maybe this is how, new elements get accessed. Yeah. Fuck. So maybe this particular fusion...
Maybe the plot twist then can be that Zane is a fusion.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Between who?
I have no idea. Zane only appears when Cole and Nia fuse.
Okay, that would be a really cool, like, AU of an AU. I'm just so attached to having all of them.
But doesn't it make sense?
It does make sense. Which now that makes me want to, like, reassess, you know? Well, maybe not that for this. Like, yeah, that's a whole nother thing. So, like, why have these guys fuse in the first place? Fusion is just a cheap tactic to make weak ninjas stronger.
Embarrassing yourself. I know who you really are. Says Moro.
Says Moro. Oh my god. Oh.
And that, my friends, is the birth of an AU.
Do y'all smell that? Because I smell the makings of angst.
So wait, does that mean that Lloyd is Lapis? Actually, some of those lines in Jailbreak work pretty well for Lloyd.
Right?
Done being everyone's prisoner. Now you're my prisoner.
I'm sorry, I just can't help but imagine, like, little Lloyd's, you know, little, what's it called? His little evil laugh, you know?
Oh my god, that was the most adorable thing in the world.
Like, here you have this kid that literally genetically, or destiny-wise, you know, take your pick, cannot be evil no matter how hard he tries. And he's just
tried.
like...
Oh, he tried.
He tried so hard. You're doing amazing, sweetie. Just...
Oh my god, one of my favorite things was right when the movie came out, someone made art of, like, the movie characters doing the plot of the show. It was just Lloyd being precious and wondering where his mom was, or where his dad was.
Do you know how happy I would be if we got Garmadad back?
Dude, everybody wants Garmadad back.
Garmadad is the best dad, and I stand by that.
Garmadad is the best character.
Honestly, like, I have a list of demands. Lego, please hear me. I want Garmadad back, okay? That's number one. That's non-negotiable. I want Garmadad back.
Number two. Next round of sets for Legacy have to be, no matter what, possession.
Yes. Get me with that good ghost shit. Which brings me to point number 3. Bring back Moro. God damn it.
I mean, he's coming back anyway.
Is this to do with that theory you have about season 13?
Oh, no. I just meant because of Legacy.
Oh, gotcha.
The most recent set of Legacy sets were seasons 3 and 4.
Gotcha. So either which way, they're probably going to cycle back to 5.
Mm-hmm. Unless the season 3 and 4 ones don't sell well, which, to be honest, I can see happening.
Yeah.
Season 4 sets were kind of ass. Just throwing that out there. I love the minifigs, but the sets, look at them.
Bro, I ain't know nothing about Lego sets. My dad's the Lego buyer in the house, and he's a Star Wars guy. Okay, I remember whenever we were moving, I sat in the back of my van for like a good long while. A concerning amount.
That's when it must apart.
Making sure his Lego Death Star didn't fall apart. Like, that was my job, was to stand in the back and make sure the Lego Death Star didn't get hurt.
Oh man, my Lego Millennium Falcon I need to fix when I get home.
I'm just cording that off.
somehow, I still don't understand how, but I somehow did a sales pitch to my dad while we were in London.
How did that happen? Like, I know you don't understand, like, how, but, like...
Because of course.
Right?
And we were looking at the Star Wars stuff, and I was explaining and he was asking me what the difference between two of them were. And so I was like, okay, so this is how it works, Dad. You have this Millennium Falcon, which is for, younger kids, and has got the new movie characters in it. And then you've got this Gigantor one that is for Lego Master Builders, that is almost twice as many pieces as that Ninjago City set that I built in 3 days.
Although, speaking of Lego Masters, did anybody else catch the finale? Has anybody else been paying attention to it? Is the big thing. I caught the finale, and I gotta say my favorites did not win, and I'm like not upset about it because at least like the jerk face didn't win, but I'm still very sad that my favorites didn't win.
What happened?
Honestly, the two that won didn't start out great. Like they're adorable, and you really find yourself rooting for them through the show because they're genuinely nice people, and they don't ever have moments that make you go, oh my god, you people are horrible, which, that happens on reality TV sometimes.
Sometimes.
But, like, whenever they came down to their final build, and it was, like, the entire time they've been doing challenges, the final build was make your own Lego set. And my favorites did something that was absolutely gorgeous and really showed off their talents and their, fortes and everything. But the couple that won made something that looked like you could buy at a Lego store. And it was gorgeous. So, like, it didn't feel like my faves were robbed. No, they lost fair and square. That doesn't mean I can't be upset about it. Yeah, there's a Lego Masters. It just wrapped up season 1. I watched it on Hulu. It's a Fox show. It's a reality show. They brought all these people in and were like, hey, compete in building Legos. And there were some people that were really great. Some people that shouldn't have been eliminated whenever they were. But whatever. I don't make the rules. And some people that should have been eliminated in like round 1 because I don't like them.
Aw, it looks so cute.
You gotta be upfront with these things, Mel. If you don't like a character, you gotta tell the people, hey, I think this character's a jerk face.
Well, I just meant the guy that you're drawing right now. I didn't mean...
Oh, yeah, no. He's adorable, and I love him. And, like... What do you think? Do you think a Zane and Kai fusion would be full-on chaotic dumbass?
No.
Because I feel like chaotic dumbass applies more to Jay and Kai.
Yes.
But, like, I don't know about, like, a Zane and Kai fusion. Just ultimate older brother?
Yes. Definitely. I'd go with ultimate older brother.
Just boom, ultimate older brother.
Muscle. Would be a Kai and Cole fusion.
Kai and Cole fusion. So, like, if a Kai and Jay fusion is, chaotic dumbass, a Kai and Cole fusion would just be straight up, not chaotic dumbass, but just straight up unadulterated dumb. Like, they're a total sweetheart, and I would die for them. They're fucking idiots. You feel? And while I think Kai and Zane is like, ultimate older brother energy, I think Kai and Cole would just be ultimate, like, family leader energy. Like, straight up, sometimes it's the dad feel, sometimes it's the mom feel, sometimes it's just the straight up, if you kids don't shut the fuck up right now, I will turn this car around.
Okay, mini rant, real quick.
Hit me.
So I got a test back that I took.
Hell.
And I can't see which question I got wrong. But here's the thing. It was 14.75 out of 15.
So what's the 0.25 that effed up your thing?
Exactly.
That was almost a perfect score. What the hell?
Well, Respondent's lockdown browser is required to view quiz. Oh, this is bull.
It did not get you on a Respondus thing, did it?
Oh, I have to open up lockdown in order to view what I got wrong.
Are you kidding? Okay.
Or do you know what lockdown is?
Yes, I'm fully aware, and I'm gonna interrupt your mini rant for a minute to go on a mini rant of my own. Alright, here's the thing, kids. I work in IT, okay? At my university, if something breaks and it's not the fucking lights and it's connected to electricity, I gotta go fix it, okay? I go and fix it before we call in the people who actually, get benefits to do this. All right. So I have to go and I have to put in the admin password whenever somebody wants to install something. I have to go and fix it whenever you don't know where the volume button is. The whole shebang. All right. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and say, I think I'm good at my job. I think I know what's good. I have a personal beef with Respondus and Lockdown Browser. Okay. I can understand wanting Respondus and Lockdown Browser if you are teaching, say, a class of 30 plus middle or high schoolers, okay? Teenagers are impulsive. It's proven that they don't think through their decisions all the way. And you guys, before you start, I promise you, as much thought as you think you've put into it, you haven't. Your brain just doesn't work like that yet. By the time you're in college, one, you've been through school, all right? If you ain't realized how bad cheating F's you up, that's your problem. Two, if you're a professor and you are teaching a bunch of college students, these are college-aged kids, they are not here for free because the state told them they had to show up, okay? They are paying and putting themselves in debt to be in your damn class. Using Lockdown Browser is just very stupid and condescending to your students, okay? Because here's the thing, they are grown-ass adults. One, at my job, if I don't know how to do something, yes, I can use Google. In fact, we encourage using Google because it prevents people from wiping out a user's entire data. Two, if you don't trust your students enough to do that, don't have online quizzes, okay? Just make them show up and do a paper quiz like everyone else. Lockdown Browser makes no sense for college students to me. There, I said it. Rant over.
Well, none of them used it until this happened.
It's stupid. I stand by, saying that it's stupid because frankly, if you need to use Respondus to keep your class in check, then either A, you're teaching a bunch of kids, which is what I'm going to assume, or B, you don't trust these kids at all to do what they're supposed to do, which is pretty condescending considering college students are adults. I don't know if your college did this or whatever. My college, whenever we first get on campus and everybody gets freshman orientation, so this is the majority of the campus coming on campus for the first time. These are the youngest adults that are going to be here taking courses, right? They get told, you're an adult now. You get to make your own choices. Good, bad, or otherwise. You're in charge of your life now. So if, college person says, screw it, I'm using Google on this, English 101 course, or even English, 4605, whatever it is, that's their prerogative. That's their thing. Second, if you really think that college students have gotten to the point where they are now without using Google at least once on an online quiz, you're smoking crack. Let the kids just use... Let the kids use Google, okay? You're allowed to use Google in the real world, okay? If you don't know how to use Google to accurately help with your profession, that's a problem in and of itself.
I wonder if the reason why they're so... Oh, you know how you've taken a test before, and you read a question, and you're like, oh, that is phrased almost exactly like the notes I took in class.
Right, yes. In which case, Respondus doesn't do nothing because your notes are possibly sitting right there in paper next to you while you're taking the damn test.
This is what lockdown does. If your professor sets it on, which mine didn't, thank goodness. But I have a friend in Canada where they did do this, and it was terrible, and I felt so bad for her.
Mel's friend in Canada, I'm so sorry they did you dirty like that.
You know what they did?
What did they do?
Lockdown, her college for lockdown in Canada had them turn on their webcams as they took the test and recorded them as they took the test to make sure they didn't cheat.
See, it's at that point where I wonder how much protections my professor actually has to violate my privacy like that. And because, here's the thing, pretty sure I didn't sign any paperwork saying you were allowed to record me in my room. We gonna have some problems. I am not afraid to pull the dad card.
It said when I was forced to download Lockdown, the page said, oh, may record you. And I was like, excuse me?
Yeah, see, that's a bunch of bull, and, you know, everybody's going on about the Zoom security stuff right now, which they should be. Be aware of your security risks, people, for the love of God. It makes my job
Have
easier.
you heard about that from other people besides me?
Oh, it's been all over the news type thing, which I think is where you had heard it. But, like, Zoom is a major security hole right now. And you know, the security risk gets bigger and bigger for the larger size of Zoom conference that you use it for. But other than that, you know, that aside, know the security risks of your stuff, people. Do not ask your students to do stuff that's going to be a security risk. Oh, what's your question, Potato? I got all sorts of fired up over that. It's apparently a tough topic. Does that ever happen to you where, like, you go off about something, you're just like, oh, apparently that's a frustration for me.
What are you talking about? You've experienced
I'm just now reading back over these comments and just like chaotic dumbass with sibling instincts. That's fantastic. Like, I'm sorry, that's gonna be if I do a Kai and Lloyd fusion, just chaotic dumbass with sibling instincts.
I want to move to South Dakota right now.
Why South
They've
Dakota?
got, like, no cases of this stupid virus according to USA Today.
Oh, damn. South Dakota got this shit figured out. Apparently, if you don't have any neighbors, they can't infect you.
Yeah, right?
Okay, so, like, do you mean, how do you draw a person with wet skin, or how do you draw, like, wet clothes? Both? Neither? There you go. That added some depth to that skin, at the very least. And made him look warmer overall. Kind of tied that color palette together. Clothes and hair. Okay. It's time to draw a sad Kai. So we're going to draw our sad Kai. See, what we need to do is we need to draw, like, a sad Kai to draw what wet clothes and hair might look like.
Oh, what can he be sad about?
I mean, just in general, getting wet, really sucks whenever you're the master of fire.
You can't swim.
Him sad. Speaking of...
Remember that, or so, I brought it up to you today, but you know that alternate scenario fic I wrote that pointed out Moro and Kai's similarities?
Yes.
I was thinking of like a sequel type deal to it, where then but it would just be really quick, because like Kai's got the realm crystal in hand, and then Moro is just like, yeah, we're insane, possession, and then like Moro escapes the tomb, and then he leaves Kai in the water.
Oh shit. Kai, no.
And that's why he can be sad. And he's just like, I fucked up.
Well, I admit, this Kai is not coming out necessarily sad as much as he's coming out frustrated.
Equally relevant.
So, the biggest thing about drawing wet skin is really just skin looks the same, except it's got a little bit of shiny quality to it and maybe droplets. So, drawing those little crescent shapes to make droplets on skin. The only drawback is without surrounding context, it can look like anything from acne to a character's just really sweaty. So that's why context is important, which is why I depend so heavily on hair, which hair, whenever it's wet, will behave in a number of different ways depending on the person. Really fine, straight hair will just go straight down. It takes on kind of that drowned rat looking thing where, nobody looks like they're having a good time. Nobody looks glamorous. Hair's clinging to everything and it all looks bad. Thicker hair will definitely have more of a curtain look to it as it gets dragged straight down. And certain hair like Nia's is curly and so is Cole's and Jay's. So while Kai's will lay flat down and just kind of slowly pick up over time as it dries, Nia's or Cole's will actually start doing little tight curls like this. And let me tell you right now, they're a pain in the butt to deal with. Because here's the thing, what do? Do you brush them out to get rid of those teeny tiny little curls? Oh, there you go. Now you got frizzy hair. You're screwed until the next time you take a shower. Or you can let them be like that, and if your hair's not used to being allowed to do that, it tangles all over the damn place. Totally not speaking from experience here. Okay, pools are a nightmare. The other context that will come through is clothes. So the big thing that water does with clothes, and this does vary or whatever, thin clothes will cling to the body. All clothes will try and cling to the body, but with thin clothes, it is the most apparent, because thin clothes, might actually see skin showing through, and you can do various things to kind of show that. Clothes, the creases will stick more if they're wet, and you can kind of like imply that cling based on where you can put creases. If we put a crease here where his shoulder joint starts moving and a crease here at the end of that shoulder joint to kind of show that things are clinging to him, that can show that wet clothes look. We're going to just copy that on the other side because I'm totally not making this up as I go along. And the other part is, of course, surrounding is the character standing by a puddle where they very clearly look like they've had a bad day. Is the character, standing on a dock with more puddles. Looks like they've climbed straight up out of the water. Like context and surrounding can help give that too. And then, of course, with certain things like thin clothing, whenever it sticks to the skin, you're going to have patches where like the skin's going to kind of show through because the clothing's sticking to it. And that's going to be on places like where the muscle comes out a little bit. It's going to be on places like if you've got, let's do a little character here. So places where that's going to really stick on the average character. It's going to stick here on the chest area, and then it's going to come back down and stick here where the tummy kind of sticks out. It's going to stick on the hips. It'll stick on thighs. Places where it might not stick as badly is going to be places like the joints. But places where like the skin is smooth and maybe bows out a little bit because of muscle or because of organs, that's going to be where that's going to stick and the skin is going to show through. But now going back to our fantastic little boy. I don't know what to do with him.
Cut up reading about that Splash movie again. Girls finding out that the reason they're named Madison is possibly because of this fish movie pisses a few of them off.
That's hilarious.
They don't like the idea that their name is a joke.
Listen, as someone born on Christmas Eve, whose middle name is literally Noel, chill out. Chill out. It's fine. It's totally fine. Okay, first off, Madison's not even a weird name. It's a very mundane name. Second,
it is. Back then it was the last name of a president.
But like even then, like Madison is not like son of someone named Matt. Like we've got all sorts of names like that all over the place. Chill out. Your parents didn't, name you some trendy jumble of letters that they didn't even know the meaning of, which is something that has unfortunately happened to kids, okay? Please, if you're naming a child, know what it is you're naming that child. For the love of God. Please. For the child's sake. Know what you're naming him. Or her. They. The child deserves, some thought. They're going to be called that for at least the next 18 years. Until they can get emancipated and go change it in court.
Nice.
One of the best things about being me is I know some Spanish, but then there's other stuff that I'm sure that are like, regular day-to-day words that I have no idea what they are. Okay, I really shouldn't have to know that word. Okay. That is to say, I love whenever you guys comment on my stuff, and if you're going to comment in Spanish, please feel free to do so. I think it's kind of, it makes sense within canon.
They left that up in the air.
Yeah, it makes sense within canon that, like, they can't use each other's elements or whatever, because the element only goes to one kid or whatever. But at the same time, like, Crux and Acronix. Yes, they're twins, but they're twins that got the elements split between them, all things considered, pretty evenly. One got the ability to slow down time. One got the ability to flat out stop time. One got the ability to rewind. One got the ability to fast forward. Like, it got pretty evenly split up. And I did read a fic. I can't recall who wrote it right now. I did read a fic where, like, under intense stress, they both, like, unlocked the ability to use the other's element because that's what they had at hand. And that was pretty fucking cool. But, yeah, I don't know. I would be down for it.
The show left it open because there was that moment where Kai was controlling the two-headed fusion dragon.
Yeah. But see, I feel like if you had been the writer behind that, that would have been foreshadowing to have, like, you know, later Kai does control water. I feel like a lot of times with Ninjago's writing being the way it is, that might have just been, you know, for convenience sake, Kai can control the dragon for half a second.
Probably.
You know? Like, don't get me wrong, I love to give credit where credit is due, but, like, sometimes Mel deserves more credit.
well, I like to think, as I did just watch season 7, that the writer behind it semi-cared about continuity and, like, did his research more so than others. Otherwise, we wouldn't have gotten that bomb-ass Woo nightmare scene, which I still contend is the best scene in the whole season.
Oh yeah, no, that's a fantastic scene, and, you know, I can't rag on season 7 too much, considering it's a large inspiration for EOTU.
Oh, yes. Without it, we would not have certain scenes.
Yeah, we would not have certain elements that are going to just make me cry whenever I have to draw them.
Oh, it's gonna be awesome.
I cannot believe we're doing that to Zane.
Oh, but it'll be so cool.
I know it'll be cool, but God, Mel, at what cost?
Look, it's tradition. I keep having to tell you, ever since season 3, Zane has to get hurt.
You make me feel evil. I want you to know that. You make me feel evil. Don't
feel evil. Blame the writers. It's like the second he was revealed to be a flippin' robot, all bets were off.
He doesn't deserve this. We should reward him with, like, a vacation or something after this season.
So actually, because half his face peeled off in season 1. What happened to him in season 2?
Season 2...
That was his one break, because he got to meet his dad.
Yeah, he got to meet his dad. And there wasn't really any big trauma for Zane there.
It was off screen. When he lost him for a second time.
Which is just...
The writers, when asked about it, were like, yeah, we didn't really want to deal with that on screen. That seems too serious.
Like,
meanwhile, season 4 ends with Garmadon sacrificing himself to hell.
Yeah, we didn't feel like dealing with the death of a secondary character, so instead we killed off one of the main characters right after he got his redemption arc.
I figured out, you know that Steven Universe song, Peace and Love on the Planet Earth? Whoa.
Yes.
Arena?
Yes. Sorry, maybe I cut out there.
You know that SU song, but you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I figured out who should pair up for Ninjago to sing this.
Oh?
Consider Cole and Cryptor.
Mel, you fucking genius. You've done it again. I love that.
Analytical as a villain. Although I guess Unagami would be fun too.
Somebody get Seijo on the phone. We need to do this.
That would be so funny.
Just Cole being like, come on and sing it with me. And Cryptor's like, the fuck is wrong with you?
Think you're all insane. I guess I am too.
Anyone would be on Earth with you. Like, that's perfect.
See? It's perfect for Cryptar.
It is, and I love it.
It wouldn't be funny if that was also an ultraviolet. That would be funny for ultraviolet too, I think.
Either one of them.
But I just thought Cryptar because we needed like an analytical villain.
Like, UV definitely strikes me as more of like a Jasper type character. That's just like, you know, on-site smackdown. No real logic to this. I've labeled you as an enemy, therefore we're going to battle.
Instead of fusion is a tactic to make weak gems stronger, it's... Those elemental powers are all that you have, Lloyd. What do you have now?
Just pulls out a knife. This is my elemental power!
Oh, poor Echo. Poor Echo Rifted.
I love Echo with all of my heart, simply because, like, he's a sweetie. And not gonna lie, I'm realizing recently that Echo reminds me of my baby sister in a very adorable way. So yeah, I effing love Echo. What?
Why does it remind you of your baby sister?
Well, for one thing, this is gonna sound so horrible. So me and the rest of my siblings are all fairly pale kids, right? Like, we definitely take after mom. My baby sister is just completely light brown, like all over. Like, the way I used to draw Kai, where like his hair and his skin tone were almost the exact same, that's her. So just already that being so much different from the older siblings, that definitely lines up in that. And Echo's heart isn't as advanced as Zane's. It's, you know, it's a little clockwork heart compared to Zane's super advanced power core. And my baby sister has a congenital heart condition. Like it's a whole thing.
Oh,
and I'm just like,
me.
I know. And this is why I love Echo, because he reminds me of my baby sister, in a lot of ways. And this is something that, like, very recently realized may or may not have to do with staying up till 5 last night reading an Echo thing. Yeah. Rena loves her baby siblings. I call all of them my baby sister, baby brother, whatever. I don't care that my little brother is, 15 and he's a good 3 inches taller than me. He's my baby brother. He still answers to little brother. That's what he is.
Oh man, I never called I have 2 little bros and I never called them that. It was always just, well, I call the youngest one bro all the time. Max, it's like just his name.
Well, and here's the thing with my family. I don't know why, but the girls a lot of times have, 3 or 4 syllable names. So it can be hard, especially for younger siblings or younger cousins, to say those names. And, like, my family is one of those families that defaults to just calling everyone, go find sister, go find brother, mira, go find dad, go find, tío, tía, whatever. Just defaulting to that familial connection, and just depending on who you're addressing, you know who you're talking about. And so, like, just if we're talking to Luke, hey, Luke, go find sister. That's, go find me, or go find one of my other sisters. Like, and he knows which one, because, typically if we're saying that, there's only one to go find. So, like, don't get me wrong, I definitely get the complaint with, like, siblings don't call each other that. I call my brother bitch, and he calls me bastard. Don't get me wrong, I definitely call my brother a bitch. But I also call him brother, and I also call him, shrimp, because he used to be smaller than me once upon a time.
Are you addressing which criticism are you addressing?
You know, like the criticism that started popping up a few years ago where people would be like, ugh, characters with siblings don't even talk like that. They don't call each other little sis or big bro.
Not because, like, you watch anime and the actual translation, whenever it's like, Oni-chan.
Right, like that's legit saying, hey, big brother, or big bro. Like that one, that's a total cultural thing. And I'm sorry, but if that cultural thing bothers you, that means you gotta have a come to Jesus meeting with yourself. Okay? That is a you issue.
I will say, it was pretty funny with Ninjago.
Okay, Ninjago's was so effing forced, though.
It was just like...
It was so forced. It was so forced, though, because of, like, one, these characters haven't been talking like that the entirety of the effing show. Like, yeah, we get...
No, Wu was this entire time.
Oh, yeah, Wu was.
I'm content that Wu always called Garmadon brother.
Yeah, Wu's the only one, apparently, with consistency in that regard, because here's the thing, Kai, like, you know, in reference to Nia, was like, they took my sister, like, definitely referred to her as his sister. That was always very, very clear. He didn't effing call her sister in seasons 1 through 6. It was only whenever 7 popped up, and it's like, we've got to stress the family connection. And instead of Nia being the one to be like, yeah, no, watch this. If I say this specific thing, Kai comes running in the room. No, instead we got, like, some very forced lines about sister, brother. And it's just, am I watching one of Loki's little, you know, home theater moments again? Or...
It just cracked me up in that flashback where it's like, Wu is all formal, and Garma's just like, yeah, Wu.
It's just, I'm gonna be formal as shit because I'm the younger brother and I'm low-key terrified of not living up to Dad's expectation. And then Garmadon's just like, fuck Dad, join my emo band. like that's what happened. I love you, Garmadon, so much, but, like, let's be real. If somebody had just, you know, one, not made y'all, you know, afraid to go over the goddamn fence, and two, taught you how to, you know, channel your evil impulses, so much could have been avoided, man.
Well, here's the thing. The reason, so, like, if a problem was that Wu didn't want to get in trouble, and so Garmadon was like, okay, I'll go grab it. And then Wu is just like, but we're not supposed to leave. And Garma's just like the annoyed sibling where it's like, well, what? Do you want to go tell Dad?
You know, I do like that interaction. And, you know, kids riding aside, like, that's a legit thing. Like, as the oldest sibling, you're like, Jesus, shit, I don't want to go tell Dad about this. Do you want to go tell Dad about this? And you know, the younger sibling is going to chicken out. And you're just like, if you're not going to go take care of this shit, I'm going to go take care of it because I'm not getting screwed because you can't hold on to a goddamn sword.
Just reinterpreting that whole scene. It's not Garmadon being like, no, you have to be wise, never put off to tomorrow what can be done today. It's, I am not going to get dragged down with you.
Listen, that's how siblings work.
I know.
I definitely misspelled fusion whenever I saved this.
Season 7, though, man, it has, like, it gave so many unintentional ideas.
I can't wait. Like, for one, people are gonna yell at us so much whenever we finally drop the ball on what's been happening with Zane. And two, I just like angst. Like, you know? Like, angst is some good shit. So we got a Napo. We just
gotta highlight why Zane thinks that they don't trust him.
Oh, I'm so excited.
This isn't really much of a spoiler. Because remember, guys, this takes place right after season 11.
Yeah.
Like, directly after.
Yeah, this is right after season 11, so, like, Zane's got some reasons to be scared of people seeing him as a traitor or seeing him as an untrustworthy part of the team. Like he's definitely got some basis there for it. And now apparently that worry is leaking into his dreams. Poor Ninjoid.
Poor Ninjoid.
Rest in fucking pieces.
Literally, that's already happened.
Okay, yes, it has happened. I do not intend to blow him up. Shit happens.
Look, you just gotta wait. Now that we're switching to chapter format, we'll get this crap cranked out. Simple as that.
Yeah, and we'll immediately get there, and I'll just need to worry about, like, making 2 or 3, like, big cool pieces per chapter, and it'll be great. Okay, but this little face that I drew is a mood.
It's so cute. I love it.
Oh, like, just wait. It's gonna zoom in here in a minute. There's the little face. It's a mood. I don't know. I like the sad little face.
Newest page is apparently trending on the tag.
What?
Our newest page of the comic.
Nuh-uh.
Uh-huh.
Holy shit.
Or last I checked. Well, I can pose in with the elemental weapon, or the golden weapons. I call them elemental ones.
I'm just so happy with how those pages turned out, because I actually was a little nervous about the monochrome backgrounds for that. But, like, it looks good. It looks good.
You have pixel green armor, girl.
I did. That's like her little flight suit for being Samurai X, because she deserves a real honest-to-God flight suit and not to wear armor all the time.
So, they're not going to a fight. They're just going to go visit Dad. The father-in-law.
Luckily, Zane doesn't need to worry about that. Although, that reminds me, it would be a good idea to draw out Pixel's flight suit, because I haven't drawn it, like, in its entirety yet.
You have not. She was left out of the group pick.
She was.
Love how Jay looks so tired in it.
Jay was looking how I was feeling last night.
Doing a little persona. I told you to go to bed, and you stayed up till 5.
It was a really good fic, okay?
Don't doubt it.
Because here's the thing.
I didn't stay up till 5, but I stayed up till like 3 or 4 once. Because I got really, really into this one fic called Dominoes for Star Wars.
Ooh. See, Phantom...
If any of you know anything about Clone Wars, it's about the Domino Squad after they all died, time traveling back to when they were still cadets.
Oh, that time travel shit will get you.
Look, it's my biggest weakness and what I constantly search for when I read Star Wars stuff, and it kills me that I cannot find good... I've read all the good ones.
Potato, we are now drawing Pixel from EOTU, Empress of the Underworld, in her flight suit. Because she deserves a real flight suit and not to have to carry around heavy armor all the time. I don't care that she's a Ninjoid. She deserves rest.
Remember, they're just going to Dad's house.
Yeah, no, it's no big deal. No big deal. They're definitely not going to find anything there other than, run-of-the-mill break-in.
Find anything there. Something was stolen, remember?
Well, yeah, but, it's just going to be a run-of-the-mill break-in, Like, Cyrus is going to be a little freaked out, but it's nothing they can't handle. That type of thing. Wink, wink.
What could possibly have been stolen? Was stolen.
Rifted doesn't trust us.
Thankfully, it looks like no one was here when we said what was stolen, so that's nice.
Well, that, and it's been like, a month and an apocalypse later.
No, right? I wonder why. Oh, okay. Another idea for the peace and love on the planet Earth. What if it's Jay, like Rockstar Jay, and Okino?
Aww. Shh, Rifted, no. I mean, it's a possibility. Who knows? You know what? Actually, I can definitively say it is not the realm crystal.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, no, it's not. It's not.
It's not the realm crystal. Not as... Yeah, not... Yeah.
Immediately, Rita.
What? I'm fantastic at keeping secrets. What are you talking about?
We are amazing at not just giving away our plot points.
Is it a plot point or is it a MacGuffin?
It's a MacGuffin, but it's a MacGuffin that does a lot.
Did I tell you, like, for my game programming right now, the stuff related to the like fetch quest elements is all stuff like MacGuffin get and stuff like that.
Very MMO. Congratulations.
I have no idea why you're suspicious, Kat. There's no need to be suspicious.
Oh, it's gonna be awesome. Is that, like, this is actually gonna get answered next week?
God, I cannot wait.
I'm gonna hopefully get it all edited and written into actual stuff by Sunday, and I want to cut it off at the caves.
Like, I cannot wait, and I can't wait to, like, do the illustrations for it, you know?
Oh, that's why I'm telling you now, so I can be like, hey, can you do illustrations for, like, those days?
Bro, you let me know, and we gonna figure this out.
Oh my god, remember the thing we had Fakesy do for us?
Oh my god, we have to put that in there.
We're going to. That's definitely still a joke.
Good.
It's only been 3 months.
We're gonna tag them and just be like, sorry we took so long. Life happens. And...
Okay, there's going to be a joke involving a ship that many of you probably enjoy, and we got Fakesy to do some art for.
Yeah, I can't wait.
How do you say their account name?
I think it's more like Fakis.
Fakis, okay.
Yeah, I don't know how any of this works.
That sounds more French.
Don't ask me to pronounce French stuff. I can't do it. I can do Spanish. I can't do French.
I just know that it was really convenient because when I asked them, because they were only an hour ahead of me at the time.
Oh,
I asked them to do it when I was in England, and so it was just like perfect timing.
That's right. It was very much a, oh, hey, you're in the same time zone. You take care of it. What do I use for color? So the biggest thing about doing stuff with, it's such a difficult question to answer because it all depends on the fabric and the texture of what it is that you're doing. You know, metal, if it's wet, it's going to be shinier. It's going to have puddles. If skin is wet, then it's going to have droplets. It's not going to actually change color unless you like put in a light blue or white for the water on skin. With clothes, you know, say you have, you know, let's do a shirt sleeve real quick. That's going to be wet. We've got a shirt sleeve here that's gonna be just a frick. If we've got a shirt sleeve here that's, you know, wet or spilled on or whatever, then it's gonna be a more saturated version of that color, a darker version of that color. Because, you know, that's how water mostly works. But even then, like, it all depends on the fabric. Is it gonna be like satin or really thin fabric where like the edge of it is gonna still be the normal color because it's all bunched up? Is it gonna be like flannel where there's gonna be more of an airbrushed look to the side here because flannel has more of an absorbent to it? It really all depends on what your texture and what the surface that you're messing with is going to be. It's a frustrating question, if only because I don't have an answer for it definitively. It really all just depends on the material you're working with. And that's a rather frustrating answer. I know it's an answer I wouldn't like to hear, but it's the truth. It's another one of those things, you know, everything in drawing comes back to getting as close to a real example as you possibly can, because those are going to be the best examples ever, is the real ones. Which, again, none of us want to hear this, but it's true. You know, there's a reason that, like, the best advice you're ever going to get is to just go out and keep drawing, go out and practice. That's because that's the only way you're going to get better.
You're scrolling through the top trending tag for Ninjago, and it's like, and you see spoilers for the stuff that's still in Vietnamese, and it's oh my god, thanks.
See,
pain.
Oh god, I can't wait.
Have you seen it?
I've seen allusions to it. I'm trying to, like, keep myself, you know, hold it back until I can just, you know, watch it in English.
I'll spam you with other links because I might have sent I might have DM'd you a link to it.
Oh my god, that's fantastic.
I posted screenshots.
Oh no.
But, oh wait, what's this? Someone redrew that awesome scene with Lloyd and Akita. How? By boring him to death with stories about her roommate.
I love Akita so much, if only because she did straight up call Lloyd out with, like, you knew an animal for 5 minutes and turned me into a therapist.
Oh my god, I was laughing my ass off.
Plus, like, the added benefit of just, like, Akita take no shit.
Really? She really does. Oh, I love her.
I love her so much.
She's... There's more of her.
Yeah. It's okay, man. We gonna take care of it.
Yes, we are.
Now, let's see. What did her sleeves look like? Fucking badass is what they looked like.
Oh my god, I just looked at the chatting thing. I don't know what you're talking about.
What? No.
Oh my god, someone did, what's their butt did a edit of the Ready Player One poster. And
Oh
you
my
gotta
god.
look at it. It's
I think I saw it earlier today.
They rock.
Yeah, I think I saw it earlier today, and it's fantastic.
Is why did the J Seasons get the best redo poster?
Because the J Seasons have some of the coolest shit, and then because they don't know how to actually do anything for J, they fall flat.
Do you remember those Aladdin posters?
Oh my god.
I was laughing my butt off when I saw someone edit Will Smith's skin. I was just like, who does this man look like? Skypass.
Oh my god. Poor Will Smith. I feel really bad for him with everything with Aladdin.
Why do you feel bad for him?
Well, because he was basically screwed with that role in a way, you know? Don't get me wrong, he's a very good actor. He is very good at what he does. There's a reason he is such a big name in the business, all that good stuff, right? But you get brought in to play a part that from the beginning is going to be compared to the guy who did it first. You know?
And you're forced to emulate that guy instead of doing your own thing with it for a majority of the role.
Exactly. But here's the thing. You can't emulate him too well, because then people are just going to tell you that you're not emulating him well enough. You're allowed to have your own stuff, but not too much. That just feels like getting trapped in a bad role. And I felt bad for every actor who, got into these things, because, you know me, and I don't like live action remakes. But, I really feel bad for him, because it's rock in a hard place type deal.
This is why I'm, seriously, legitimately hoping Disney does make an Aladdin live action sequel. Just because I think that, don't get me wrong, I love King of Thieves to pieces, but the genie stuff could use a little work.
Yeah. I am...
Yeah.
I'm hoping that if they do decide to do a sequel, that it will not be Return of Jafar. It will be something that is either the much better King of Thieves, or it will be something completely unique.
Well, the problem is that the completely unique idea is a spin-off centering around the one white guy.
You're kidding me.
Legit, Disney was like, hey, we're going to do a spin-off centering around that guy.
What white guy?
It was some prince.
Oh my god, they were going to do a spin-off about the guy who shows up for the express purpose of showing what a jerk most of these rich people are? What kind of...
what Disney wanted to do.
What kind of bullshit is that? I'm mad.
Here's what I'm worried about, though. Disney is losing $30 million a day.
Damn. Suddenly I'm not so sad about that rejection letter I got last month. I'm sorry, that was mean.
Right now, because everything that they make money off of requires human interaction.
Yeah. I'm trying to remind myself that this is actual people's livelihoods and all of that. But at the same time,
what I think is that my point is that means they're going to be making even less movies once this whole thing is over.
Yeah.
Like, I bet movies that are in mid-production right now might not even get off the ground. Like, some of those Marvel Studios movies that sound like they're trying to do Guardians of the Galaxy again. Like, the one you and I talked about a while ago.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna get canned. They're gonna cut corners wherever possible and not take any risks for a while.
See, that's the part that makes me sad, is the refusal to take risks. But at the same time, like, have they really been taking any risks lately? Have they really been taking risks?
No, they really haven't. But that's what I mean, is this will be the one time where I guess I'd say they're justified.
Yeah, I can see the justification there, but at the same time, like, is now not the time to be, going out and saying, fuck it, do the crazy shit, see what happens?
Here's what I don't get. How is Robin Hood from the 70s getting a live-action remake before, like, literally anything after that movie came out?
But Mel, it's not. It's a Disney classic.
Yes, I agree. But would it not make more sense to do a live action of, like, The Rescuers?
But Mel, The Rescuers isn't a Disney classic.
Chantillion about. It is. The first one's considered a classic, I thought.
I don't know. I know that, like, for me, it's a movie that holds a really important place in my heart. I love that movie. But for, like, some people, it's like, meh.
I guess this is what I think The Rescuers is a bigger deal. For was Disney around in the 90s. Okay, let's pretend 60 years. Let's guesstimate. For 60 or 70 years, the Disney company was like, we're not doing sequels to any of the animated films. Ever. What was their first digitally animated film that they released in theaters? Like digital 2D animation. The Rescuers Down Under. It was their only sequel because it didn't make very much money. But why would you make a sequel to Rescuers? And this wasn't like the Disney sequels that were like meant to be direct to DVD but then got put in theaters. No. This was made for theaters.
Look, man, I don't know what to tell you other than, like, I think you and I are made to be disappointed by Disney.
Like, I understand why they would pick some movies. Like, as much as I love Brother Bear, and I do, I understand why that one hasn't gotten a live-action remake yet. But Lilo and Stitch is the one that's being considered. And I think is in development.
I'm kind of banking on the popularity of Lilo and Stitch to kind of put a halt to the rampant live-actionification stuff. Lilo and Stitch has got a lot of love. They've got a big fan base, and I'm kind of hoping that that's going to have some of the higher standards that I've had for this stuff to kind of be like, why did y'all do X, Y, and Z with it? And kind of, with any luck, prompt some different decisions out of the studio, if that makes sense.
I see that, but its popularity is why it's getting the movie. Like, it's the first one from the 2000s that's got a movie in production for a live-action version. I mean, I don't know, I think that's kind of impressive.
Oh, yeah, no, it's really impressive that it's getting it, but, like, it frustrates me that the only reason that this is happening is because that it's pretty much a safe bet to do,
But also, think about Lilo and Stitch versus, like, Atlantis. Like, Lilo and Stitch, you could have, like, all these cute plush Stitch toys.
But
and
are they going to
make them not look like the old version, and so you can sell 2 separate Stitch toys, like they did with the Lion King?
But are they going to make them cute?
Or original Simba?
But are they going to make them cute, or are they going to make them some realistic eldritch horror?
This is why I kind of, like, am praying with all my heart that they get Dean DeBlouse and the other guy that directed Lilo and Stitch, whose name is slipping my mind right now. But I know that one of them played Stitch, like, did the voice acting.
I love whenever directors get involved like that with their animated stuff. Like, I forget...
Brad Bird now.
Like, I forget who it is that voiced Rhino in Bolt, but, like, who else could have done that crazy little hamster?
Oh god, Bolt. That was a movie. I keep forgetting that was Disney.
I'm not gonna lie, I have an unapologetic love for Bolt simply because, like, I enjoy the premise of the movie, and part of me hopes against all hope that one day I'll get to watch that show that the kid was making.
The TV show looked cool.
The TV show looked cool as shit and was the only reason I watched that movie.
Blame you for liking it. It's a good movie. You know, it's fine. You could definitely see, like, the process. Like, Disney was figuring out how to make CG movies. Like, you had Chicken Little was the test run, and then they got to a good start with Meet the Robinsons.
Meet the Robinsons was so good.
And then Bolt was like... The Robinsons was so good.
Meet the Robinsons was so good. And I love them, okay?
I mean, I loved that. I wanted to see that movie in theaters desperately.
I didn't watch it in theaters, but, like, bet your ass I love that movie. That's such a good movie.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. It was just such a good movie. Why did I hide that layer instead of just dialing down opacity? By the way, you guys are getting to see how I, like, do those really pretty paintings, like, for the Pirates of the Caribbean stuff. Just to say stuff that takes way longer than it should, because I'm not using the, usual methods.
Treasure Planet would be the last of the last things that I think they would remake, because Treasure Planet almost killed Disney Animation.
See, the irony there is I feel like it would be way better suited to what they're trying to do right now.
Definitely. It definitely is better suited to what they're trying to do. And honestly, listen, I love Treasure Planet, but if you watch that on Blu-ray...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the quality definitely takes a hit, you know, over the years. But...
It's so nice. But it's just a sea of CG.
Yeah, the CG that's in there, like, don't get me wrong, for the time, it's well used. But... we're not in that time anymore.
No.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that about Meet the Robinsons.
Family of the Future makes a lot more sense for a title.
Well, I think, wasn't the book called Meet the Robinsons? No, it was like A Day with the Robinsons or something. Yeah, it's based off a book.
Not noticed.
Honestly, the biggest thing that breaks my heart about Meet the Robinsons is, one, just the whole thing with the family and everything. And two, I am a sucker for that little quote there at the end from Walt Disney, with that being where they got the keep moving forward thing from, and all of that. And it's probably why I'm so hypercritical of the stuff with the live action.
Because you're supposed to keep moving forward, and you're not supposed to keep looking back.
At Disney, we need to have a movie night.
See, I think there's only one live action remake I haven't seen.
I have not seen Cinderella. I have not seen The Lion King. I will never see The Lion King. It's a point of contention for me. Nope. I'm a strong bitch. The only reason...
Disney Plus, you can watch the 2-minute long sequence. Oh my god.
no, I'm not gonna do it. No, you can't make me. No amount of anything could make me do that. No.
No, you didn't even know what I was going to talk about.
I know exactly what you were going to say, Miss Ma'am. And Walt Disney himself could come down from the heavens and ask me, hey, would you please watch this real quick and give me constructive criticism? And I would tell him, sir, I respect you, but no.
I just remember ducking out of the theater at that point because I was so done with it. And I thought, oh, okay, I know what's going to happen here. I'll just get a bathroom break. And then I come back and he's just getting in the feathered bed. It was just like, what the heck did I miss?
Yeah, no. There's no force on God's green earth that could make me do that.
You missed the circle of life.
Yeah, no, there's no force on God's green earth that can make me sit and watch that.
Oh, my Lord.
I think I am going to go ahead and wrap things up, though, because I think my family is getting antsy, possibly about dinner.
It's 9:30.
We have all defaulted to the sleep schedule of local raccoons. Dad is a lawyer, and Mom is a self-made seamstress customs person. So there's been no real push for any of us to have or keep a real sleep schedule here. So what we usually do is we eat breakfast at like 11. And then we, you know, if you're hungry at some point around 3, you go find yourself a snack. And then we figure out some sort of like late night snack dinner thing at like 3 or at like 9. Because we're a whole family of bad decisions. Was that a sarcastic clap?
Yes, that was a clap.
Was I sarcastically clapped at?
What are you talking about?
You know damn well what I'm talking about. Alright, but I am going to go ahead and cut this short, guys. Because, not gonna lie, I'm a little hungry too. So, thanks for jumping in. Hopefully I can get this pixel finished and posted within a timely manner. But let's not get our hopes up. Good night!